Could the Chicago Bears be building a stadium on the south side of Chicago? Let's talk about it. So, my name is Jerome Lanier. I'm the lead agent with WFG Homes, powered by Keller Williams Preferred Realty. So, I am a real estate agent, but first and foremost, I am a Chicagoan, born and raised. And with that, I am a Chicago Bears fan, born and raised. And so the possibility of the Bears bringing a stadium to the south side of Chicago excites me quite a bit. And obviously, the Bears moving the team to the south side of Chicago would definitely mean increased property values for properties that are going to be nearby in the Bronzeville area, close to where the new stadium would be. So there's definitely some benefits there for the residents. But then there's also the concern of what that means for future property taxes and rent rates in the area and how that could potentially displace residents. Let's talk about it. Now, there's definitely some things that kind of stand in the way. The Bears have already purchased the Arlington Heights Racecourse in attempts to use that land to build a stadium. But I think, like most people that are Chicago Bears fans, we would like to see the Chicago Bears stay in Chicago. The Bears wanted to build close to where they already are on the lake with the new stadium. However, they've run into some challenges in terms of the land that they wanted to utilize. This leaves them with a few options. One option is to stay at Soldier Field. They have already made it clear that they are not looking to do that. They would like to build a multi-purpose stadium that will have a dome that will allow them to host major events throughout the year and not only in the summertime. The other option is moving to Arlington Heights with the space that they've already paid for and developing there. There pops up a new option. So Farpoint Development, the developer that is developing the old Michael Reese Hospital site, has released renderings to the public and to the media of what a potential stadium could look like at that Michael Reese site in Bronzeville. In November of 2024, the Bears actually revisited the idea of constructing a stadium in Bronzeville at the former Michael Reese Hospital site, but the proposal had previously been dismissed due to concerns about the site's dimensions and the presence of active rail lines. Let's talk about benefits. So, benefits to the community. Number one, economic growth. A new stadium could serve as a catalyst for economic development in the South Side. The influx of fans and tourists would likely boost local businesses, including restaurants, hotels, and retail establishments. Additionally, the construction phase would generate employment opportunities and potentially further revitalizing the area. Infrastructure improvements. Such a project would necessitate enhancements to transportation and public services, leading to better roads, public transportation options, and utilities for residents. And then community engagement. The Bears have expressed a commitment to creating a multi-purpose recreational and cultural campus. This vision includes increased public and open green spaces, providing Chicago families with safe areas to gather and play, and the development aims to attract both residents and visitors, enhancing the vitality of the area. Of course, if there's benefits, there got to be some drawbacks, right? So one could be displacement. Large-scale developments often lead to increased property values, which could result in higher rents and property taxes. And this economic shift could displace long-term residents who can no longer afford the rising costs and altering the community's cultural fabric. There's also environmental concerns. The construction and operation of a massive stadium could strain local resources and contribute to environmental degradation. Issues such as increased traffic congestion, pollution, and the loss of green spaces are potential challenges that need addressing. Also, public funding. While the Bears have committed over $2 billion to the project, concerns remain about the extent of public funding required. Critics argue that the economic benefits projected by such developments often fall short, leaving taxpayers to shoulder the financial burden without reaping the anticipated reward. The proposed stadium has elicited mixed reactions from the community. Mayor Brandon Johnson has advocated for the project, emphasizing that the stadium and surrounding green spaces will be accessible to Chicago's youth. However, some community organizers remain skeptical, questioning the actual accessibility and benefits for local children and teens. Environmental advocacy groups, such as Friends of the Park, have also voiced opposition, particularly concerning developments on the lakefront. They argue that such projects prioritize private interest over public access and environmental preservation. The prospect of the Chicago Bears building a stadium on the south side of Chicago presents a complex scenario with both potential drawbacks and benefits. While the promise of economic revitalization, improved infrastructure, and enhanced community spaces is definitely enticing, it is crucial to carefully consider the potential negative impacts on existing residents, the environment, and public finances. A transparent planning process that actively involves community input and addresses these concerns is essential to ensure that the development serves the best interest of all stakeholders involved. Now, if I was a gambling man, I'm thinking that the Bears are probably going to go to Arlington Heights. But, as they said in the movie Dumb and Dumber, there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
So I don't know. I'm torn. I definitely could see how the Bears staying in Chicago, specifically in the Bronzeville neighborhood, would be huge for Chicago and especially huge for Bronzeville. The economic influx that it would bring would be massive. And I also understand that it may not have the best impacts for everybody that is located within that community. As a lifelong Chicagoan and a huge Chicago Bears fan, I would love for them to stay in the city of Chicago, even though I think all the writing on the wall says that they are going to Arlington Heights. Drop it in the comments. Where would you prefer they go? Would you prefer that they stay in the city of Chicago, or are you okay with them moving the team to Arlington Heights?